Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Dawn here. So today I'm with you for another Dawn and Julia Creates. So this time it was my turn to choose. Yeah, I actually had difficulty trying to think of a challenge, and then I remembered about our journals that we made. And so this one is mine, and it's all ready to start using. And so I thought, you know what, let's do a double page spread in our journals. And then, because I'm absolutely in love with these, I chose these two stamp sets. So these are Dottie and Queenie. They are from our lovely Julia, and they're part of the Garden Critters collection. So you'll probably have seen quite a lot of videos on my channel with these, but I just absolutely love them. So I thought, you know what, let's do a gorgeous double page spread with them. We're also allowed to use this stencil, which is the honeycomb stencil, which is absolutely, again, awesome. We're allowed our gesso, which I thought I had out, but I haven't, so let's grab that. There it is. So there's some white gesso. We're allowed a black pen, and we're also allowed 2 distress inks or oxide. So I've gone with these. So I've gone with Candied Apple and Fossilized Amber. Not sure if I'm going to use these two yet. Might end up changing my mind. I don't know, but that's what I've just pulled out of my stash. So, oh, and we're allowed our watercolours as well. So I've just got out my Winsor and Newton watercolours. So actually I'm going to pop them in front of me just there so that we have them. So what are we going to do? I have no idea. So I do need to get a double page. Oh, I still love these. We made these in a challenge. That souffle is just, oh, I should have added souffle on as well. Never mind. Never mind. So I'm thinking we want a 2-page spread. Oh, I like the idea of this little bit here and then this big bit here. So that might be an option. I do like the idea of that. I don't like starting straight away in, like in the first pages. I like to sort of pick and choose. I like that one as well. Do you know what? I think I'm going to go with this because I like this little piece. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to go with. And we'll leave the other ones for another time. So this is what I'm wanting to do. Now the first thing I want to do is I want to come in with my gesso, and I want to give it a really good coat of gesso. And the reason for that is because we're going to be using watercolours. This isn't watercolour paper at all. So it is just craft paper that, well, it's from a craft kit. So by putting the gesso on, it's going to help it hold our mediums a lot better. Now the other thing that I think I should have mentioned to Julia as well is some washi tape to put down the spine of our pieces. But, well, never mind. Because washi tape does help your piece stay together. So, oh, do you know what, right, I've just realised I haven't changed my mat, so, as in I haven't taken the grey one off, so I do apologise, you are going to have the reflection from the light, but I am working with mixed media, so, yeah, we need to make sure we've got the glass mat down. So, anyway, right, okay. So I'm so glad I spotted that, otherwise I would have ruined that grey mat. I mean, it's already got marks and stuff all over it, but I mean, it's okay for now. So yeah, so the gesso is your primer. This is going to help all of your mediums flow onto your paper quite nicely, actually. And what I'm going to do, because we are allowed to use our stencil, is I think I'm going to run my gesso, once I've done a good coverage on the page, I think I'm going to run my gesso over the stencil to get some texture in it as well. So So I'm just going to go ahead and do this side. So this is a really, really thick gesso. It's by Stamperia, and it's actually, I would say, it's really nice. It's like, I can't work out the consistency of it. It's like a cream, like a pseudo creme cream, but it's really, really super thick. And it's for, if you can't get hold of the 13-ounce one, then this one's super thick. I got this one because I'd ordered the 13-ounce one. They had none in stock, so they sent me this one instead. But yeah, I really like it, so I wouldn't not get it. I know there's loads of different gessos out there on the market, and yeah, I've had quite a few different brands, and I think you just end up with your favourite, don't you? You do. So, but yeah, use any gesso that you want, but because this is such a nice thicker gesso, I think Finnabair, they do a nice heavy gesso as well. I'm not 100% sure, I've never used that one. I've used their clear, which I wasn't impressed with, but yeah. Right, okay, what I want to do is I want to put some of this stenciling down. So I'm going to grab my palette knife and we're going to grab some of this gorgeous, gorgeous gesso. And because these are thick enough to the 300 micrograms or something, I think it is. So they're nice and thick, so you can run your paste through them, which is just fab. Okay, I think I might have just picked up a little bit too much gesso, but that's fine. Okay, I'm not looking for perfection at all here. Oh, I love that. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, and then there's what's left on here. I'll just pop it on. Now I will go and wash my, well actually, yeah, I'll have to go and wash my stencil straight away, so we don't ruin it. Right, okay, so that is our page. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and wash my stencil and my palette knife, and then I'm going to give this a blast with my heat tool to dry it, yeah, and then we'll be back. Right, okay, so that is really nice and dry, so I'm going to just pop that off to the side for a moment, and what I'm going to do is I've just got some watercolour cardstock so we can stamp our images on, and we can colour them in. And the reason why I'm using some watercolour cardstock is because it's the thing that will work best with my watercolours, and if I was to try and stamp on these pages then it wouldn't work. So I don't know if it's cheating, because I know that normally when we say stamped images we can have a paper to go with it, so I'm hoping that I'm not on the naughty step, so I don't think I am. But yeah, it's the only way that I'm going to, normally I would colour these off screen, and then I would come in and I would have already had them fully cut out. But I know that I've had a few people ask me about colouring in on screen, so yeah, I thought I would do them with you today. My colouring in isn't the greatest. I am not a professional at all. I just love doing it. And actually I've learned a lot from Kitten Clowder, from her free lessons and a couple of her bought ones, and I've learned from watching people like Julia and I want to say it's Karen Warner, who I watch here on YouTube, who does card making. She's really nice. So yeah, so a lot of my what you call it, I need some ink. A lot of my colouring in is just from watching people, so I think Stays On is waterproof, isn't it, guys? Well, we'll find out. My archival, which is what I would normally use, I decided to be funny And I mixed my inks up. So on my archival ink pad I have Memento ink refill, and I was so because I'm in a no spend, which is going really well actually, so because we're doing a no spend, I can't really replace it just yet. So but I have other inks, so we can use that. And there's something else that I want, and it's a tool that you just push on here. So that's the first thing I'm going to buy on the 1st of June. As soon as it's all up with, I have a list in my Amazon account. I think it's about like £70, whoops, of stuff that I want. So yeah, right. I haven't got the strength for this, so push this down. We want really nice crisp black lines if we can. Oh, this is I must admit, this ink pad I've not used that much, and I've just had to buy a re-inker for it. I wonder if to put some more ink on, because yeah, it dried out very, very quickly. So I'm just going to put some more ink on it, just because you never know. But it's not one that I use regularly, but I didn't want to buy a whole new one. So right, let's see if that is better. Oh, that's why it's getting caught on there. Much better. Right, okay, so there's that one. So I'm just going to wipe that stamp down. Okay, so, and then, because I want one of each of them. Ooh, that's Queenie. I think I definitely want some of these flowers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp all of these onto here. And we'll watercolour them in and then fussy cut them out, but I'll probably do most of the fussy cutting off camera. But what I'm thinking is that you might not want to watch me stamp every single image out. So, oh, I mean, look at that, that's better, isn't it? I want a couple of these. I might need to get another sheet out. So I'm just going to stick that there. Oh. And because like I say, I'd like to have a couple of them if we can. Yeah, perfect. Right. So I'm just going to turn that over. Yeah, I think I'll do a page per stamp set, but this is I mean, this is an option for you if you would like to do if you want to do your colouring in quite quickly. This is definitely a good option. So I'm just doing 3 because I know that if I put these on, I want them in 3s. And I know that our lovely Julia is the same. Right, so there's that one. So I'm just going to take off as much of that excess ink as I can. And then we do have a little flower as well. So let's put this down. So what I'll do is I'm going to go off camera and do the other stamp set onto some watercolour paper. And then I'll be back and we'll go on to the next stage, which will be colouring them. But yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous stamp set, this like set of stamps. I know that if you've got the garden tots, you will have got a mini ladybug and a mini which I'm now wishing that I'd said we could use them as well. You will have got a mini lady Dottie and a mini Queenie, so you can actually have it so it's mammy and baby, which I just think is so cute. Yeah, really cute. Right, okay, so I'm going to go and stamp everything to do with Dottie, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. I've just realised as well, oh, it's on this lamp, right, I needed my water. And I hang my waters off my lamps, which, yeah, is awesome. Anyway, well, I think it's awesome because then I never lose them, right? At least I try not to lose them. I'm just going to activate my watercolours, so that's what I've done. Let's go with Dotty first, so that's who we're going to colour in. Now, I am going to just spray the back of this and wet it because you see how it's curling over. Well, if you wet both sides, it doesn't look, see how it's gone flat again. So that's what we're going to do. Now, I'm not bothered about going out of the lines on this because we are going to fussy cut this out. So yes, I have my water and we're going to start off with Dotty. So I'm just going to put water everywhere. It's probably not the best best idea, but you know, it is what it is. I'm just going to go with a nice red, and we're just going to dot some red in. And like I say, if we end up it out of the lines or mixing in other places, honestly, it really does not matter at all. So yeah, so I'm just starting off getting the base colours down, so making sure that that's all nice and like all the colours are where I want the colours to be. Yeah, and then we'll come in and we'll start doing shading afterwards. So yeah, just trying to get it where I want it. Okay, and now let's have a look. I don't colour. So I want a bit more pigment of the red. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of dot it in up at the top because I want the top bit to be a little bit darker. I'm going to add in just a touch. Actually, I want to add in just a touch of brown just to darken that up. Just keep that red. Oh, it's gorgeous red, this. And then get a little bit of the brown. It's sort of right, I'm just going to move this over here because yeah, it's running into other colours, which I really don't want it to. So yeah, I'm just going to bring in this little bit of a darker colour. So I've just used my brown just to make it a bit darker. Like I said, if this goes out of the lines, that is completely fine, because we are going to be fussy cutting this out. So, and I want all underneath there to be dark, like so. Okay, so there's that. Right, I'm just going to leave that to dry just for a moment, and what I'm going to do is I want to do these hearts. So I'm going to bring in the same red and we're just going to add that on. Oh, it's mixing into other colours, which is not good, which means I'm going to have to make up another one. Do you know, the one thing I can't stand is leaving all my colours on the top of my palette, which is silly, isn't it? Because that's what the palette is there for. But oh, I just, yeah, I normally try and keep it clean, but I'm trying to stop myself from cleaning my palette because some of the colours that I make up can become quite useful. Right, okay, let's do that again. So I want some red. Okay. And then I'm just going to bring over just a little bit of brown. I'm not actually sure what colours these are, just because of the fact that I don't have the numbers to them. So, and then let's bring in some of that. A little bit more red, I think. Just make a perfect. Yeah, so we've got our two shades there, so it's just a shade darker. Right, okay, so now that I've sorted that out, I'm just going to grab my first shade and we're going to pop that in and just, and like I say, I'm not bothered about going over any of those lines because they will be getting cut out. And then I'm just going to come in with the darker shade. And we're going to pop that in, although I don't think you're going to be able to tell much. Okay, and just bring that just up from the bottom, like so. Right, I'm just going to, there we go, because that is spread lovely. And good thing about watercolour is you can actually pick it up, which is fab, and reactivate it. So right, okay, and I'm going to do the belly of our ladybug. Like I say, I'm not a professional at all with watercolouring or just colouring in general, actually. It is all just, yeah, watching other people learn. So yeah, and just having fun as well and playing with my products. So a lot of my what I have learned is from playing with my products. So yeah, highly recommend that you do that. Right, I'm just going to do these areas in black. Oh, this is, I think this is a Payne's grey if I remember rightly. So it's not quite black. So it's a darker grey. Just, and again, I just want to bring in, I'm just going to bring in my black on this one. It's a bit darker. And bring that down just for some shading. But yeah, so like I said, not professional at all. This is really just me from playing, and yeah, I do what I think looks right. So, and you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So yeah, it is all, it's just learning really from, just want to blend this out a little bit more. It's just learning from your products really, and from playing. It's all you can do. Oh look, isn't she gorgeous? Right, now I do want to bring in some of that, and we're just going to pop it on our spots. So do you know what I'm going to do? Let me grab my heat tool. I'm going to just quickly blast this dry so that black doesn't leak over. So let's just, it's hot on everything. There we go. Right, okay, so much better. Right, so what I'm going to do is come in with some more of that that grey colour, and we're just going to fill in all of our little dots. And because I've dried this, it shouldn't leak over the top of it. But I'm loving the shading on it. Look at that, I put my hand all in that, but that is fine. Honestly, like I said, definitely not a professional at all of this. But I think it is nice. It's still nice to see, isn't it, how other people colour, whether they're professional or not. It's still nice to see how, you know, how they sort of tackle things with different mediums. So, yeah. I love my watercolours. I don't get them out nearly as enough as I should. Oh, there's my husband. I better go and let him in because I left the keys in the door, so I'll be back in a second. Sorry about that. I don't know who that was. So it wasn't the husband, but it definitely sounded like someone was trying my door. I'll have to re-listen to the tape, see if I can hear anything. I don't think I'll be able to. Right, now I don't know how to make up a skin colour, so bear with me guys, because yeah, I haven't got a clue. Can't remember. I've done it once before and I can't remember how I did it. So it's just practice. I'm not very good at mixing colours together at all. I know that our Julia is. Right, our ladybug's going to be tanned. She knows which colours are to mix and stuff. Whereas honestly, I really don't. I haven't got a clue. I just sort of trying, yeah, guess my way around. So, and this is a lot darker and a lot tanned than what I was going for. But like I say, I've done it once before, and I wished I'd wrote down the, what do you call it, what I'd used to do it. But actually, oh, she looks alright, doesn't she? She looks fine. Right, okay, happy with that. What else are we going to do? And I need a bit more black, just for up here, just for these bits. So let's do that. Okay, so there's that. Now I want her scarf. Oh, do you know what? I love this. I think it's an ultramarine blue. It's my favourite colour. One of my favourites of this. So I'm just going to colour her scarf in. Let's add some of that gorgeous, gorgeous blue. So just go over the top. Probably could have done with using a smaller brush as well. Oh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? That colour is just really, really nice. It really stands out, doesn't it? Doesn't that look beautiful? Glasses. So I wear black glasses. Well, are they black or the grey? They're black. So I wear black. So let's have black. So again, I'm just going to go in really lightly. Oh, I need my... just put that in the face by accident. So yeah, so I'm just going to do her glasses. Okay. But yeah, Julia is amazing at doing this. She knows exactly where to put like all of her highlights and everything. I haven't got a clue. I really don't, but it doesn't mean that I'm not going to still do it, because yeah, it's just fun, isn't it? Right, I'm going to give her red boots. So let's give her red boots. Now I'm not going to do all the colouring in with you because I think that's going to take forever. I'm just going to add in some of the shading. So I'm going to make some more of these areas darker. So, and by bringing in that colour again. So this is where we just build up our layers, like so. But yeah, because I think this is going to take me a while to do, because I mean we do have, in theory, we've got like 2 pages of watercolouring in to do. So it's why I know when I colour in with my Copic markers, it's why I don't do it on camera. It's because it does take quite a while. So and when I get the new sets of stamps from Julia, the first thing I do, and Julia will tell you, is I stamp loads and loads and loads of sheets of paper and I just sit and colour, and it's such a lovely thing to do. Just having a sip of my coffee. Had to make that one myself because husband's not home. Right, I've got some blue on my palette here, so let's give her some nice blue eyes, just like that. Oh, she's so gorgeous. I just need to colour her legs. So again, let's bring in a bit of that black. I need to take some of that water off my brush. Okay. Oh, I love it. I really, really love it. Okay, and I'm just going to bring a bit more of this black in to give a bit more shading. So yeah, right, okay, so that's her done. I'll finish this heart off with you. So that's all I'm going to do. So like I said, it is going to take me a while just because of the fact that yeah, right, these are going to seep out, which is, I'd say, is fine. It's because I didn't take the excess water off my brush. Yeah, I think I might have to give up on this one. Oh dear, look at that. Come on, up you get. Actually, I quite like the way that looks, how it's leaked out, so not the end of the world. Okay, so it doesn't look like much on the paper, but honestly when we come back and I have cut all of these out, they're gonna look fab. But I'm really chuffed with that, really chuffed with that. Right, okay, so I'll do these off camera, and then we also have our Queenie, so I'll do Queenie as well, I think, off camera, because I can't believe how long it's already taken me just to do that. So yeah, I'll get all these nicely coloured, so I will see you in a second, yeah, when it's all coloured and cut out. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on speed up, because like I said, I wanted you to see me colouring in. So yeah, I think I'll do both of them on speed up, but it'll be really fast, so that it's quite a short piece within yeah, within this video. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I'm back. So we have all of our little bits and pieces here that we're going to pop on. But first of all, what we do need to do is we need to start adding colour onto our background. So I'm going to bring in my Distress inks. Now, the reason why I chose the Candied Apple, oh, excuse me, and the Fossilised Amber is because I just thought Lady Dottie and Queenie. So yeah. Now I'm going to come in with my Fossilised Amber, and I'm just wanting to add colour onto our page. So I'm just going to add it in random places or all over. So just like this. And then where's my red? There it is. And then I'm going to come in with the Candied Apple and do that all over it as well. So this is just building up our background to our piece. But yeah, it's the only reason why I've chose these two colours. It was literally just because of the fact that we have Dottie, who is a ladybug, and we have Queenie, who is a bumblebee. So yeah, so that is why I've gone with these two colours. Okay, just going to add some more in. Now, I'm not looking for a perfect blend to this at all. Yeah, I'm just looking to get colour onto my page. So yeah, so I'm just using some makeup brushes to do it with. So some blending brushes, and they're fab. I love these. Okay, so, and then what I want to do as well is I'm going to spritz it with some water. So that, see, if we bring these two colours in together, it gives us a gorgeous orange colour, which I really like. Yeah, so I want to add some water to it and do some water drops, because I think that will be nice. Okay, so, oh, red, yeah, I nearly put it in the wrong one. Right, okay, I'm loving that. I think there's a cat in the garden. That's shocking. Terrible. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do is just grab my water, and I'm just going to spritz on both sides, like so, and then using my rag, I'm just going to take up that water. And that gives us our background. Right, I'm just going to go and sort out the dogs, because I don't think you need to hear Lady being Lady, do you? So yeah, I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I've got them in, but whether or not Lady's going to start, I do not know. I also want, I think, to bring in some black for splatters. So I'm just going to get some of this, because like I said, I think it'd be nice to have some splatters on our page. And I want to do it before I put all of our painted pieces together. But I just think there's something lovely about having splatters. So yeah, definitely. So that's what I've got. I'm going to keep that open, because I'm wondering whether or not to add a few different colours in. Not sure. I think I'm liking it how it is. Right, I'm just going to grab my black pen, because the other thing that I want to do, actually, let's just quickly dry these. So give them a quick blast. Because I was thinking of bringing in the detail of the stencil. And drawing around, so that should be dry enough. So I'm just going around the stenciled bits like so. Not on all of them, just on a few different pieces. But yeah, I quite like the idea of bringing out the detail with my black pen. So this one's got the circles in. Oh, I like that. and then maybe one here. So just like that, and it really is just for that little extra something. So that's, we say it goes like that. Okay, and then I want to add one in there, and add this one in. I just think it really adds to the background. I'm actually wishing that I'd put in a background stamp, because I think that would have been nice, but I didn't, which is a bit unfortunate, but never mind. Not much I can do about that. Oh, I love that. I think that really helps sort of bring it all together and tie it all together. So what we've got all of our little images, so all nicely watercoloured. And what I think I'm going to do is I'd like them both sort of stuck together, I think. I'm thinking on this side. So we've got Queenie and Dotty. Oh, I like that. And then I want to sort of ground them. So I was thinking to ground them, we can pop this here. And then we can have Queenie just there. And then we can have Dotty just there, so it looks like they are cuddling, so I'm liking that. And then I'm gonna have, I don't know actually, should we have it upside down? I think we should have that upside down. I do have a couple of them, but what I'm thinking is let's sort of get rid of the mushroom. I'm going to keep the ladybug. Oh, there's Quincy. Right, I'm going to go and sort Quincy out, and then I'll be back. Okay, sorry about that, I'm back. Right, yeah, so I'm liking that because that sort of grounds them. I am sort of looking, I'm thinking I want a bit of white space, sort of bring them back in, especially behind these. So I'm just going to grab myself a paintbrush. Now it's probably going to mix in with the colour, but that's fine because it just helps it to blend a little bit more. But I just want it to have it just to be a little bit lighter, so just like that. So it's just bringing in that little bit more white space in, and I know that it's reacting with the pen, but honestly that is fine. I'm quite happy with that. So then, yeah, that's much better. So I'm just going to add a little bit more in. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab my glue. I'm going to start sticking these down. So I'm going to start off with these. Make sure I've got plenty. I'm just using my art glitter glue for this. Yeah, and I'm going to stick that in the corner, and hopefully this will stick down quite nicely, like so. And then I'm going to do the same with this. Now I am going to do some shading on this piece as well, and I know this is wet, but that's fine. I'm quite happy to have that wet. It actually helps these stick a little bit better. So making sure as soon as that glue has taken hold, there we go. And then I'm going to put Dotty down first, so plenty of yeah, plenty of glue on. Now when using watercolours, I highly recommend that you do use watercolour cardstock for your images, because it really does make a difference. But if you haven't got any, there's nothing to say you can't use just normal card. You're just not going to get the same sort of flow as you would with a watercolour paper and watercolour cardstock. So but I have got videos where I've stamped images out and then decided that just on cardstock, heavy cardstock, and then decided no, I'm going to watercolour. So I have managed it. But you're just not going to get the same movement. So that's something to be wary of. Like I said, I don't think I'm cheating. Julia, I'm really sorry if I've used the watercolour cardstock without... Do you know what? It's Angela that's making me think that I have, because I'm trying to think. I'll have to message Julia. No, I don't know. Anyway, Julia, let me know if I'm cheating. I don't think I am, because we needed something to put our images on with. So, yeah. Right. I'm just going to really stick that down. So, I'm going to do the same with this one. So this is going to go up in that corner. And this is the bit I love. We do need a sentiment as well to go. Oh, we need our words on. Right, stick that down. What words do we have? So we've got sweet like honey, you're so sweet, and we've got sending you a ladybug hug and cute as a bug. So I think I'm going to go with sweet like honey and you're so sweet. So that's what I think I'm going to go with. Okay, so that's nice and adhered down. So I'm loving how this is looking. The other things that I've got is I've got some of the flowers from Queenie, which we could maybe use. I'm very tempted to sort of have them coming down. I don't really want to cut that off unless I know that... Oh, actually, I like that there. And maybe... Yeah, I like that coming down. And then I'm thinking maybe that one coming out like that. We do have a mushroom, which is from that branch, so we can use that and add this in somewhere. I don't think we're going to use those other flowers though. Oh, actually, do you know what? I'm going to pop that in front there. Yeah, as much as I really like these, I don't think, yeah, I don't really think they go. And I like how this looks though, but what I'm thinking is just bringing in the love hearts. Just like that. So that's what I'm thinking. We do have a little leaf here. So let's do that. Okay. No, I don't think I'm cheating, because I would assume that Julie will bring some paper in as well, so that she can colour her images up. So yeah, I'm assuming that we can. I don't know whether to bring one more in. Oh, yeah, actually, I like that there. Right, so let's get all these elements stuck down. Because she'll be the same as me, as you won't know where sort of to put them, will you? Like, yeah, anyway, we'll see. I'll let Julie decide whether or not I'm going to get a naughty step challenge. I have a feeling that I might. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm thinking, well, I want to say that Julie is going to do the same, that she's going to grab herself some cardstock or some watercolour cardstock so she can do her images as well. So if she hasn't, then I'll definitely be on the naughty step. So sorry, Julia. But yeah, I have a feeling that Julia will do the same, because really you can't just stamp straight into our book. So although I bet she'll be able to. Julie is so resourceful. She knows how to do everything. She's absolutely fab. So if you haven't been over to see Julie's yet, please do go over and check her out, because honestly, you will learn so much from her. She is amazing. So do go out and check her out, and she will show you how it's done properly. So I'm just going to stick this last one down. Oh, I've got that little leaf as well, and we've got that mushroom. Okay, so So I'm just making sure that my page grabs it. Could do with putting something, you know, something heavy on top for it to stick. So, and it really is just because my page isn't even. This is why I chose to use some cardstock, because I knew my page wasn't even. Yeah. But no, yeah, Julia's going to smash this challenge. She always does. I love watching Julia create a journal page. She is amazing at it. Yeah, she has so much knowledge with how colours and things go together that honestly it's an absolute joy to watch. Right, I'm just going to trim that down, and I wonder if we can sort of pop that somewhere. Maybe. Actually, let's pop that down there. As if we can use it, then why not? So I'm just going to stick that there. Nice. Okay, I'm liking that a lot. Make sure everything is adhered down. Oh, how cute is that? Isn't that super, super cute? I love that. Yeah, I'm not going to use those flowers. Right, what I'm going to do is, let me close my gesso because I don't need that now. So, just want to grab out these. Now, then, I don't think they're going to stamp perfectly, but we'll give it a go. So, I'm just going to grab my acrylic block and stick that on. I think I'll just go with this one. Well, it's a bit of memento and archival, so I don't think it makes much of a difference. But what I'm going to do, so, and then I'm just going to go in. Now, if it doesn't stamp out properly, that is fine, because I can always go over it with pen. Oh, actually, that's stamped out lovely. But what I want to do is I sort of want to add some background stamping in. So just like that. So oh, perfect. And this isn't my idea. Julia was the one who made me think to do this. She did it in one of hers, and I absolutely loved it. So we've got that one. Where have I put the stamps? Can you guys see my stamps anywhere? Where have they gone? Oh, dropped to the side. Okay. And then, so there's that one, and then this one is, what's this one? You're So Sweet. So, I'm going to stick that on my block. I want that one just underneath, like so, and then I'm going to have it there as well. And we're just going to pop them in. And as you can see, I'm not re-inking up my stamp. I'm having it so that it is, yeah, like second, third, fourth generation stamping there. Oh, how gorgeous is that? Doesn't that just really make it, it just brought it together really, really nicely. Okay, so for my shadowing, I am going to use my watercolours. So let me just move these over, and I think I'm going to just use this black that's already on here. Actually, I'm going to mix it in with all that red and other colours, and yeah, it's actually quite a nice reddy black. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to bring in that shadowing just underneath, and it's just to bring everything down, like through to the so that everything sort of pops out and you can see it all. So that's all we are doing. So just like that. I think I might need a smaller brush actually, but so just going to go around all of my images. Again, I mean, Julie's amazing at this. I've only just started sort of doing it, because I quite like a cartoon sort of style where there's no shadows and it's just block colour as well, but I'm more and more, the more I see people doing this sort of crafting, the more I like it. So yeah, really nice. So I think it's well worth adding in your shadows, and it just brings your images like to the front of your piece. So I'm not very delicate with it though. I've got a lot to learn, but then I think we all do, don't we, in our crafting? We all have a lot to learn. So yeah, there we go. Oh, Quincy's having a little play. I'm just having a look, see how that is looking, and I'm loving it. So I don't know about you guys, but yeah, I really do feel like that's really pushed that. I mean, I wanted that white space, but actually having that darkness come around, I think's really nice. I really like that. So I'm going to do the same over on the other side and just go around with my black, like so. Okay, so just like this, and again it is all just so that it pops out to the front of our piece, and you can see that I'm not being particularly careful or anything like that. I'm not being precise, or yeah, I'm literally having fun. So, and that is what your art should be about, and that's what your art journals should be about. It should be about exploring new products. It should be about having fun, playing with new stamps, new images, you know, and expressing as well how you feel. So I use my art journal a lot for feelings. So yeah. Oh, I love. Right. So I'm going to need to go in again. So just like that. Oh, isn't that lovely? Right, I'm going to come around this heart as well, and come around this heart here. I think I can finally feel good enough to like I'm not wasting much, and clean my palette off when I finish this. I normally like to have it clean, but I've been very reserved because I waste a lot of watercolours that way, and I've actually started to leave my mixing palette together. So, but yeah, oh, I do like that. So I'm just going to add in, I'm wondering whether to add a little bit more black in or not. Let me just grab a little bit more water. Okay, so I'm just going to come in with a darker shade and just go around a few of the other areas, like so. Right, I'm just going to bring it in as well around here, just because that's a bit too white for my liking. There, that's better. And then, so there's a few places I just want it just a little bit darker, but yeah, I'm really liking how it's looking. Like I said, this you can see that I'm not being overly careful, but it is looking, it's looking really good. I'm liking it. Yeah, I really like it. Just a little bit more up here. Like I said, I just want to make that a little bit darker. I haven't done that side of the branch yet. Oh, okay. Just, oh, I like that. I really like that. And then just going around everything. Sorry, I've gone really quiet and it's just I'm concentrating. Right, okay. I think that's enough for my shadowing. So I don't need them anymore. The last thing I want to do is I want to come in with my pen again, and yeah, I'm going to do a border because I think that's going to make a nice difference as well. So yeah, I'm just going all the way along like so. And I'm doing some squiggles in as well. Right, okay. So just like that. But I think for my new journal that we created from Dawn and Julie Creates, for my first page in it, I'm really pleased with it. I think it's turned out lovely, and I absolutely love how it looks. Okay, so there's that. And then what I want to do is I just want to highlight where the words are. So I'm going to put little boxes around them, and then I'm going to pinch this idea off Julia. We're going to turn our hearts into dangles. Oh, just like that. So thank you, Julia. And then that one, just do a few little dots. And I am going to go around the hearts with my black pen as well. Again, it's just more just so that they can stand out just a little bit more from the other things, because the colours that I've used, because I've used red and black, it sort of just blends in. So yeah, so I think I'll put little dangles of flowers on as well. There we go. Ah, I like that. So, oh, I just have two there, and then yeah, I'll leave that one. I do feel like though, let's pop. I'm going to pop a flower in there, and I'm going to have a little one next to it. That, and then we're going to have one up here, and again it's just to sort of go around our little sentiment. And then very last thing is I want just some fake doctor's handwriting. I love fake doctor's handwriting, just for a little extra something. So there you have it. So that is my journal page, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me just, if I do it like that, you get to see it properly. But oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. I think these stamps are just gorgeous, and there's so much you can do with them. I love the fact that we've got that background stamp as well. Do go over, if you haven't already, please do go over and check out our lovely Julia, because honestly, you know that she's going to smash this. I'm not sure if I've cheated. I want to say no, I haven't, but I'm not 100% sure, so I may end up with a naughty step challenge, guys. So yeah, so keep an eye out for that if I do. But if Julia brings in a piece of paper as well, then we were both on the same wavelength, so all is well. Anyway, I am going to leave it there. Like I said, do go over and check out our lovely Julia, because she is amazing at doing art journal pages. And I will see you all in another video very soon. Also, please do consider subscribing if you're not already a subscriber. And yeah, until next time, guys, please do take care and happy crafting. Bye.